my F5.
Okay, so I got in, but yeah, sadly we won't see the...
Yeah.
We won't see...
We have the Koshchey list on top, which means Gravesh is on Monsters, and Danirai is on Northern Realms.
So I have Gravesh at the bottom and Danirai on top. So yeah, we see Danirai playing Northern Realms and Gravesh playing Monsters. Let's go. And we see Muta Generator into the Rune Mage action, finds a 4P card, a 4P card that also generates some extra carryover value. So
Clever bastard.
clever.
Double Necker is so good with this scenario here, and also so good at setting up the Koshchey for later. Note that this has been a very quick start, but the image generator was played turn 1, so it is actually Danirai on the blue coin here. I wonder if Gravesh is going to be able to try to push for a win on even with the use of this scenario. Also, these Redanian agents are possibly going to be finished off, taken down by the cursed damsel, potentially. Down, that's what I was trying to think of. Cut down.
And there we go. Necker Nest is being popped on the back row here. For Gravesh, we have 4 Tribe Vengeance on the row, and also a Dame that can be clicked and deny some of the value. Okay, Temple rolls. Is it an Elephanto?
Probably.
Weissegota is cute, and Weissegota is being shown once again, but there is also a Gerhardt. And Weissegota is more of a troll pick, so let's see the choices. Well, it's already blocked by what I believe is Maxi. Maxi showing Karantir Koshchey combo on the wrong side of the deck.
That's not great, so probably a shuffle coming through, I imagine.
Yeah, even if you have a Neuromancy, it doesn't look great.
Yeah, so the War Elephant, Gerhardt, and Draug was taken from the temple, by the way.
That's a long decision here on this Maxi, but I would believe that you'd shuffle your combo, especially without many tutors.
And you can't really go for a tempo pass here as the monsters list, because you will overclog in a long round with the double Koshchey, and B, you need to actually bleed to put more units in the graveyard for the Mourntart to be any good in the round 3.
And we see the temple click, quite interesting, taking the Iris's companions over the Unsays, but you basically need Unsays to be big enough to kill a Koshchey in this match, most likely.
Yeah, exactly.
So no real need to buff it to like 13 points. Nice to not have, nice to have a Muta Generator opponent here for those fiends. Front row is empty, they play for full value, and there is not much of a threat while your opponent is generating carryover. That's a Shoop top deck from Sintian Envoy. Love to see them neutral cards shown by the Envoy, because your leader doesn't work on them. So now the front row is getting populated a little bit, but the value from Fiends was already taken, and a bunch of carryover here for this from this Iris, buffing everything in deck by 1.
I wonder if we'll see Toad Prince coming down soon. With all these deck boosts going through, the Toad Prince is quite sketchy going into like around 2 or round 3. I'm not sure it will be able to find a target that isn't like just a leader. Of course, you'd prefer to use it to answer something like a Revenant, which we see in hand here for Danirai. But you don't know that there is a Revenant in the hand that you might want to kill off.
But yeah, the reminder that Gravesh is at the bottom here, but it is a Danirai on red-blue coin, so to say. The tournament platform broke, so Danirai was, we see both players having 4 cards in hand, so don't get confused. Even if the coin is showing red, it's actually Danirai's turn on blue coin at the moment. But yeah, pretty nice value from the 4 Provision Bronzes here, double necker, doing insanely great for Gravesh.
With the RS's companions out, I start to doubt if you would really be able to catch up if a pass were to come through from Gravesh soon. Granted, you do have leaders to get stuff like a Gerha or a War Elephant if need be, so it wouldn't really work, but we do see the pass coming through here for the Northern Realms. Round control and a win on even conceded to the Monsters list.
Okay, and now you were expecting a bleed here, but that heavily depends on your finds. So no Koshchey, no Karantir, there is a tutor, there was also semi-dead Osrel. Nothing above 8-point units for that. So Maxi Shuffle provided some golds into the hand, but still no sight of Regis, Koshchey or Karantir.
Did he shuffle? Goya and Riptide were near the top.
Okay, so maybe there was no shuffle then. He
I'm
took
not
a long
sure.
time.
Yeah, I'm really not sure, but I'm curious to see what happens. I mean, you have to bleed here at least a little bit, I would think. Maybe does opt to just try and save the. I mean, but you're not drawing into the. If you didn't shuffle, yeah, I have no clue.
We see the start with Incubus.
Oh,
Even after
I
the
think-
nerf 13.
is he? He might play the Regis. Try to lose the round to help the Regis.
Okay.
win.
Okay, so that's
Maybe.
the master plan.
Maybe.
Yeah, makes
I'm not
sense.
sure.
It's a 10-in, it's a 20-point card that you're dropping. So yeah, the Regis, if it's on the battlefield and you lose the round, you lose 3 cards from the top deck.
You know that realistically there's only one proper toll punish in the form of the Anses here. Sure, Shoop could go for like a lock, which with no Purify in your list to unlock like a Koshchey or a Kitty, the lock basically just does deal with something, but you're probably kind of fine if they do decide to use Anses on the Regis as well, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see how this plays out.
Yeah, well, we should take into account that Danirai doesn't know Gravesh's plan with Maxi. He didn't see the order of the card, but yeah, if you just need to close the gap, maybe it costs you dances. But first we need to see how the Gerhard was, yeah, not clicked
Currently,
for the value.
yeah, it's Patience 5 I don't think would be great right now. Patience 6, I'm not sure what you'd actually be looking for, like a rune word or something. I think it's...
Is it that great though?
It doesn't seem to be. Yeah, this siege support is able to give Zeal and a pocket over to the War Elephant. So a bit of nice synergy there. Incubus backfiring a little bit. Granted, there's not really any control, so the War Elephant would have gone through anyways, but it does help get ahead here for Northern Realms.
So why was the Sir Scratch-a-Lot played? Any particular reason for that card being developed?
Okay, does go for the Koshchey line.
Okay, so I see. And goes for the leader as well.
I think this makes sense because of the double Orchid man trap in hand. You get so many thrive triggers. Or if the Koshchey gets answered, maybe just play it back row, put thrive on a couple of fives, and let Kitty get a couple of thrive triggers itself each turn.
Yeah, and Sace is great as an answer, but can only answer one thing, and same goes for the Shoop Lock.
Yes, you know the lock isn't able to be answered here. Falls onto the go hard, goes up to 7 patience.
And we get
7.
the Man Trap as well. But only 2 thriving targets here, so not amazing. Well, could have been better. Still, decent value from a bronze. Now we see that the Gerhardt is just going for the Infinity and Beyond already at 8. There is a COC, but that's blocked at 9, right? There are some damage spells. I'm not sure, yeah, I don't have the spell book open in front of me.
I might open it. I don't think Heatwave's not a special, right? It doesn't
No,
have tag.
it's not a spell. Invo is a spell, yeah, Truski points out in chat.
Yeah. Not sure there's much you'd like to take from the current board state, but yeah, if Regis was played, or perhaps a Goliath, you'll be fine to steal that. Yeah, there's Muzzle, Uma's Curse, and Blue Dream at 10 provisions. But yeah, I don't think we'll reach that. So yeah, possibly Yenbo. Becca's Dark Mirror is also kind of good against these man traps if you need it.
And yeah, we see that Goliath is getting dropped as well. No real reason not to, but yeah, there is a Yenbo for a decent Goliath, I suppose.
Do you use the leader here or just drop the drag? I don't think the drag's that amazing in a short round here. It's alright though if you still have a few leaders remaining.
So I wonder, should you take Koshchey? Or is it a bit too much trolling? You have the buffed bronzes, Erland triggering Koshchey as well, and you know that your opponent has nothing. Probably.
I mean,
Probably a ladder play over the tournament play.
Yeah, I think in a 3-card round it's just a little too short for the Koshchey to pay off. If it was like a 4 or 5-card round, I could see more of an argument for taking the Koshchey. Finds a Decree. Seems good. Yeah, it's literally just Erland and Goya against Mourntart and this Osril isn't even good. You're eating an 8.
Yeah. But how often will you taste an elephant as an Osril? So I guess that's your chance to try some delicacy, although please don't. Okay, so
Well, they also eat like just animals as well as just humans.
Yeah. It's sad to see Karantir once again being not really particularly useful.
It's a decent Mourntart, but in terms of finishes, like you're not going to beat an Erland. My Enemy's Generator popped off for like such a long round one. I think it was what 6 turns of his generator value.
Yeah. So not too many charges on the Priestess, but a lot of charge coming onto that Erland. Plus 32 was it?
Yeah.
Versus a very small Ozrel. If only Ozrel could eat immune units on the board, that would have been enough.
Yes.
Other than that, I'm not sure there was much of a chance for this Mourntart to compete. So Danirai takes game number 1. We see Koshchey now on blue coin. So Babsy is continuing his monster crusade and goes into this Renfri Precision Strike.
So, last game in round 1, there were a whole lot of Neckers who were perfectly aligned at the same power on the same row and the highest unit on that row. So you might need to be a little more careful in this matchup because there is an Igni and Danirai has even drawn it in his starting hand here. So you need to be a little careful of that.
Yeah. There is also a problem of P-Strike dealing with your Neckers, but at the moment we see Scenario and Neckers being available, so he's there getting buffed immediately.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Second game in a row we've seen Scenario and double Neckers in the starting hand for Gravesh here. And yeah, the Scenario passive does combine perfectly with the Neckers, getting them a lot more out of range of the removal of Danirai here.
Yeah, although there are skirmishers coming for them, so
not perfectly out of the way.
Would do click damsel here already? I suppose so. But there is a second skirmisher available as well.
I wonder if you just hit the damsel here to kill off the skirmisher here. You do deny the 3 damage ping. Like, it feels a bit bad, you know, you lose 3 points to kill 1 point unit, but with that order I think it's quite worth it, especially since it ensures that the rest of your Thrive units are a lot more likely to stick.
So still a long way till that Igni is getting triggered.
Why play that front row, not back row?
Well, I suppose that's to prevent Igni at 7 in a couple of turns, if we continue in playing. The front row is a bit more misaligned, and you have the TA. You don't really want to TA any of your tribes, so maybe that was the reasoning.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. And it's not making a huge difference for the Incubus carryover anyways, because the Neck Warrior is a 7 for 4 regardless. But yeah. Alright.
Okay, Renfri, Regis, we see some big cards coming in.
Finally, Regis is in hand here. Kitty is in hand, Koshchey is in hand, and you can get Karanthe from the Neuromancy. So we do actually have the combo together here, which is nice to see.
Is there
And
anything
double
that snipes Kitty? There is a Pirate Technician that can potentially start the hunt. Anything else? There are some pinks. There is an Angolim, by the way, for the scenario value. But as you pointed out in those matchups, it's not exactly doing much.
You're not even running Rune Mage, so you can't even try to high roll into a Thrive unit from the Monster's Runestone. Yeah, this skirmish is going to do a very good job at cleaning up these in Dreaded Lava. Might have to combine with a leader ping here, but it's well worth it.
How is full provision card allowed to deal with 2 larvae?
It's insane, isn't it?
Yeah. The world we are playing Gwent in incredible. So the kitty is here, there is no threat of Pirate Technician getting Zeal.
Wonder, can we go to the goal yet? Yeah, so saving the Regis here makes it really clear that, yeah, I think Babsy is going down to 0 cards in hand here. Because you can't afford to lose the round with Regis in hand, because he will just disappear. And you'll be down a card.
There we go, Neuromancy. We see the Carantier. Not a hard choice between the plants and the Insectoid here, but we have a connection loss. That's...
Oh no.
That's not even Merkelnet anymore for the German players. So we hope for the recovery of the connection. Carantier into Koshchey shouldn't be punished by the disconnect, if we are honest. But this looks kind of bad. I think that might be
this has gone for a little time.
fatality. Usually the recovery happens in the first couple of seconds.
Sometimes it can go for like a minute and then recover.
Yeah, we see that there was a disconnect, sadly. So let's see what players agree on. Danirai goes first. NILFGAARD mirror. Player connection lost, please. No, okay, it disappears. So let's see the mulligans. Something's happening on the bottom side, but Danirai didn't have any problems. But Gravesh also mulligans, nice. So yeah. We need more Gravesh spotters to spot the packages of Gwent interaction from Gravesh's PC going out. So Mulligan's golds, but has Skullbeat.
There's no spotters in this list though.
No, but there is a Gravesh spotter emote in chat, so we need those. Looking for the Gravesh.
Alright, so here comes the Jathan Obelisk. Pretty solid bronze heavy hand here for Danirai. Should be able to cheaply contest the round. And I don't think Assimilate is going to have a very easy time contesting. They probably would have liked to have had the Taurus here in hand to try to snipe a copy onto like the Ramon or the Roommate with Vilgefortz. But that is not the case here. Instead,
we see Joust finding a target, decided not to open with that, but yeah, since there is a leader ability and also flanking available, the chances are all the soldiers gonna be protected. So might just take your Joust value immediately.
Yeah, and the fact that the Alpha Platinum was actually played back row to get the armor means that, yeah, Danirai is actually playing around the threat of the Joust, so you should take it when you get it. Nice little play on the emissary to deny the flanking.
So yeah, a lot of bleeding, no thirsty dames in this list, of course. This is not a status NILFGAARD. But yeah, with all the 5 provision soldiers getting nerfed here and there, you go for the next best option quite often.
Defeat them with hunger. Crush them with dust.
Curious to see the Blightmaker played here over the Iris's companions. I wonder if Danirai is going to try to hold on to the Iris. Oh, wait, sorry. Oh, Iris's companions is the one you need to play first. Never mind.
And yeah, if you feel like you can drop it, I guess you can. Sacrifice
Yeah, you should save
Iris.
it though if you do manage to draw into the companions. Had that the wrong way around. So yeah, Blightmaker there makes sense. Lock, you really want to save for later. Probably in like the round 2 bleed to lock some of the assimilate cards. And in particular, I think you just want to try to get as many of your engines down this round as possible, because this is a list with the Vigo and the Brathens and Informants, so you don't want to have engines that you give Gravesh a chance to copy when you're going for the round 2 bleed. So it does still play the Iris. So, a lot of bleeding on the Calvi.
Yeah, Calvit is getting tons of action here, being the sole target on the board. But yeah, you talked about Brathens. There is also a double Obsidian Mirror in Gravesh's list, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Yeah, so one of them is in hand, second one is somewhere at the bottom of the deck after Calvit. But yeah, that's also a card that you should be aware of, because that's a triple engine.
There's the round win for Renfri. Able to now get a bleed going. But yeah, not many golds in hand, so really desperately needs to find their good golds. And Isis Companions doesn't really help at this point because it will randomly discard now. Bricked gain. Sergeants are terrible for bleeding. Yeah, this does not seem like a great bleeding hand. And with the Calvit, the Assimilate has all the golds needed to defend the bleed. Okay, Ramon could be decent here. But again, playing it early is a bit sketchy against Assimilate. Because, say, a Vigo into a Mage Torture could give spying over to the Ramon, so you really do need to try to save it for later in like a short round.
And yeah, only now we see that Iris is finally done with her hand buffing or deck buffing. That's also a problem with playing her from hand. You don't get those 3 points that would have been there if she's already used up in round 1 from the graveyard.
Yeah, there's a lot of variance in this deck based on when you draw the Iris and the Iris's companions as to how much carryover you get. Like if you had the Iris's companions round 1, then you'd have a bit of extra thinning and you'd have like the 3 extra units, or even maybe 4 or 5, depending on mulligans, will be boosted here as well. Yeah, there's the pass goes for the long round against Assimilate. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
So really just, I believe the line here is likely you don't want to play your engines if possible, and you want to just play as many locks as you can to deal with the Assimilate engines from your opponent. That's at least my understanding of the matchup. We'll see how Danirai decides to approach it.
So we see one engine mulligan and another one goes, but here is an unfortunate accident with the mage assassin coming to somewhat assassinate your chances for a bigger plan.
Yeah, what you can do is you could use the Blightmaker now to maybe move the Triss towards the top of your deck. Granted, you haven't played Rune Mage this game, which means that your Renfri is not very consistent, but then you could either try to go for like stratagems or play Bronze Unit, draw a card to try and get access to your Triss here still. Or even just go for an early Renfri to try to get that Cursed Scroll to fix the Blightmaker as well. But that's quite lucky to find that sequencing.
Thanks for a sub, Cartridge, much appreciated. So I guess that was a month ago when we casted the VTA 4. Okay, so yeah, first Assimilate engine done with. Now there is another cavalry, there is Ramon. But you don't want to show Ramon early.
Alright, yeah, there is this sergeant in hand as well, so doubly so.
So that looks like we go. Do you just mage torture? How is torturer dying to the mage assassin ping? From hand?
Yeah. I
That's,
think, yeah, now you just do it.
that's a pretty decent way. Well, you'd be more happy with randomly hitting those 25% by playing the Black Maker. Zap.
Surprise, Gravesh!
Just outplayed on the face of Mariganin and Britain.
Yeah, I still don't know if that's really something you'd prefer here for Danirai. Because, he still trained down quite poorly to this Vigo, but yeah. I mean, what this means now is there is an engine floating on board for Gravesh here, so there's a chance to try to stay one step ahead effectively of Danirai. Ooh, that would have been amazing later on with this Triss.
Yeah, Iris is not doing much. And Triss is a bit too early.
Yeah, so again, just putting pressure on these locks. There's, yeah, only, what, like 3 more locks potentially if you include the Ramon. Yeah, it does protect this, like, this armored cavalry. Not only does the armor reduce damage it takes from that cavalry, but it ensures it also doesn't actually die, which is important because if the Triss does end up getting played here, through some lucky Renfri roll, it would mean that you get 3 extra points.
Okay, so
And
that's
so much armor. I don't know if you actually need to lock it.
Yeah, there was also a line of putting spine on that slave driver, but feels a bit eh. But here we see here we see Ramon coming out. There is only one Nausicaa, so Danirai knows exactly how many soldiers there are available, and the answer is basically none.
Yeah.
So we'll see instead slave driver spam from the coup from Bratens. Although you need to kind of do it now if you want to spam Nausicaas, because this Vilgefortz is threatening
Yeah.
your sole target. But instead we see that engine was also growing. The torturer had what, about 7, 8 assimilate triggers to self.
Yeah, that's true.
So we see the development of those assimilate engines plus something, and yeah, that plus something is also triggered in assimilate multiple times. So there is still one lock. And then Renfri can find an answer, but yeah, as we talked before, there is a Triss somewhere in the deck. And you're losing a lot of points if you're not playing her, having the last say as well. So you can
So we haven't seen the Black Maker played here yet. There's a bit of choice that comes down to the Black Maker. I imagine you do just put Triss to the top.
Not about to sit back and do nothing.
Turnover should be safe unless, yeah, there's an answer coming from the Renfri, which would be quite nice with like the remaining coup on the Stefan.
They'll pay for my stolen birthright.
Damage by 6, damage the board, player bronze. Okay. Cooldown is not an option anymore, so kindness is a bit too late. But there are still.
Yeah.
Okay, and we see that Danirai just takes 6 damage instead.
Yeah, if the board was set up a little differently, maybe there was
Yeah.
more of a reason to go for the kindness.
There is no
But I don't
space on the
think-
front row as well, yep.
So I wonder when we play this leader through. I guess there's no rush. Well, if you think there isn't like a unit with more than 5 base power in hand, I think it's better for you to take the leader on the Alba Armored Cavalry here.
Yeah. It was also nicely buffed. So everyone's favorite combo, slave drivers into Nausicas, and
Yeah,
on
it's
the
back.
maximum settings at the moment, like it goes again and again and again. But look at those points. Like, sure, Nausicaa's at 10 points per card, and Tris is doing something as well, but... So yeah, we see the mage moved to the top deck. Well, there are 2 mages at the moment, but Tris is just... hits differently.
Okay.
So do you go leader and a kill on another 5 here with Stefan?
Yeah. I think that would be the correct line to take. Alternative, yeah, I think, yeah, that is the best play. You could maybe even try to kill like the 3 power armored cavalry as well as like the slave driver if you're going like all in
yeah,
on trying to
okay.
deny the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it makes a huge difference with the sergeants. That will still be played front row to replace them, but one gets Vilgefortz, so yeah, I don't know. Okay, just goes for the build now.
Develops an engine on the back row instead of a front row, so that's denied some points, but yeah, there are 2 spaces on the front row, and Nausicaa's fit there nicely.
Pretty sure it would have been a little more correct to, yeah, just take the Steph on this turn, but it might have roped out a little bit.
If that was already on the end of the rope, then Stefan is a bit too late. And yeah,
Roommate would have been right at the top.
Charge! And
Scared of the Stefan, decide to take the Triss first here.
but
If something like a Renfri or a Cavalry dies, it would be less points than the Norska, but ultimately it doesn't matter because the Assimilate comes out on top.
yeah, the points were just scary Tris amassing to not even catching up on points. So Alba wins. And we got ourselves a series here. Although, yeah, it was featuring 1 disconnect.
Okay. What do we have? What do we have?
And
It
a
is
priestess. So there is a Vilgefortz factor coming through,
Very
holding
true.
1 of the bronzes. But there is no Trihan after the power nerve. And
Much better starting hand here. Right.
So there is the Iris's companion looking at Babs's hand. Well, he had 1 priestess mulligant. So that's some extra points.
I think The Redanian Secret Service. I think it's pretty safe to just play the Istrid here. Because even if it gets locked, you can just unlock it straight away.
Decides to click though immediately.
Well, maybe not what I said.
But yeah, there is the unlock.
Yeah, I guess maybe it has something else that they Gravesh cares more about unlocking.
Would you expect if offered and not clicked, would you expect the Vilgeforce going on it? I don't think so. So early in the game, with the bronzes not tamed, you'd rather take Vilgeforce later.
Yeah. It does go for the Purify here anyways. Wait, then I don't know why you wouldn't go for the Patience.
Yeah. Well, the lock is incoming. The card is still scary. Eastern even after the click. But yeah, could have gotten one extra draw. No more purifies in the list.
Yeah, this Hubert is already at just 5 charges remaining to come out. So halfway there. Soon he might be making an appearance onto the battlefield. Here comes the Iris's companions to draw into the Vilgeforts here. And also get a lot of deck boosts going here early on in the round 1. Notably gets the Iris through before playing Blightmaker or Renfri's game. So the unit you thin out does get a little bit of extra boost for the cherry on top.
So boost an allied unit by 2 for each remaining charge. Well, there is no red of it available. You're also not getting much from the movement or the shields. I guess an 8-point bronze is quite nice to have.
Yeah, it would have taken like 4 turns for the Carrick City Guard to equalize that, so just opts for the more immediate value.
Crush them with thirst.
This is a decent number of points coming through.
And yeah, let's see some Onager shenanigans. Ding. You get clicked, you get clicked. Okay, it doesn't even go for the Siege Master yet. Oh no. Okay, we're back. But please, no. Stop it. Get some help, internet.
Yeah, that's good and help for now. Ooh, pretty nice roll onto Watersaur Slave Driver.
Infiltrator helps a little bit with thinning. As we mentioned, there is no color that is available to flex. Like
this just forces the Margarita, I assume. Feels bad to not lock one of the engines like a light cavalry or a pikeman, but I think it's just forced here. When your deck is this finely tuned, you can't be dealing with infiltrators, or unless you're maybe able to kill it off manually since you sniped it with the Onager. Maybe.
I suppose Babsy's not giving up the round anyway. Although, yeah, the pass might come from Danirai, because point gap is just growing. And then you are. Yeah, and we see the pass, and you haven't dealt with it. But I guess it wasn't really possible to deal with it without lock. Okay. So, infiltration successful.
And yeah, like not only does it make it harder to actually execute your combo at the end of the game, but it also means that these mentors are going to be less likely to find the priestesses and give them more charges. You're less likely to find the priestesses in your mulligan phase here.
My
Yeah, like it
patience.
really is brutal having that extra brick in your deck here. It's early Radovid. Probably gets locked here.
Yeah, even Ramon is getting on the board, tempo in ahead.
Yeah, it's very, very important here for Danirai to try to retain the round control here. And yeah, with Gravesh immediately going down below 7 cards, it makes sense to just play them immediately. You get ahead, deal with this Radovid, no more Purifiers, because the Redanian Secret Service is out from the round 1. Have 1 gang out.
A lot of armor, so the Volta Sprite value is not amazing at the moment. You can create a pocket, can deal with that, but yeah, you will be hitting armor first, and then you're most likely just getting locked. So we see that Babsy has to leader,
What can I do for you?
or decides to leader for the Siege Master to thin it out with the Volta Sprite later. This is, after all, a Renfri mirror, so to say, so we have ganks left and right.
I pass on every 10th round.
So 1 gang has a bit of extra synergy with the Triss and the Arthur's companions. Whereas yeah, Gravesh has, I think, a much scarier finisher in the form of the priestesses. But yeah, this lead has not been able to secure a card back yet. Might be able to do so if you do commit the Wanderers, but I'm not sure what the other card is that you'd want to play here. Especially with this Infiltrator in your deck, I kind of feel like you need these original Pincer Maneuver leader charges to fix your deck at the start of next round. However,
Okay, hitting the priestess is nice.
yeah, kind of running out of fodder to play here to keep the Wanderers. So here it comes.
Okay, so 3 charges and 7 charges on the priestesses. Still early for Vilgefortz. So we see a point down here, done by Triss, Meteor Shower. So Danirai is opting into staying ahead. As you mentioned, Babsy might need those leader charges. You cannot really rely on mulligans fixing your hand. Only mulligans.
You know what? The Vilgefortz does actually thin out one of your bronzes, so with the Infiltrator, it basically just makes it even with the Vilgefortz. Now, you still need to be able to actually, play your priestesses, but it's not the end of the world. The priestesses are still being able to do their shenanigans here. I don't know if you can really contest. That Triss is quite big to catch up over the Wanderers. 5 points down. You're roping hard. I don't think you can do much here if you've roped this much.
You won't have enough time to... Oh, what?
Oh no.
Okay, I guess he just plays Infiltrator here, but...
I always find a way.
Kinda wrong crow, if we are completely honest.
Yeah,
I think there is no reason to play it back row, so rope and strikes. But it is the bad card is out.
Wanna know why?
So what are you? Damage 6. He's doing something to the potential Tridems and Onagers, although there is only one Onager left, so this would be Babs's hope to develop them from the spy. Okay, so split 6 damage and play a card.
Yeah.
Play a bronze. But now after open previous turn, do we really see? Yeah. No. Yeah. Are you gaining anything? Not really.
Feels really
Okay.
yeah, like because you're using your last leader charge to do so, it would be very awkward. But
So Renfri it is.
I have scores to settle.
Play a bronze, look at top 3 cards. Yeah, that gets
Very quick
taken.
choice.
Can you get another one pin in? Nah. Wait,
you
that
could,
actually...
like the lowest provision one, but that is not one of these 5 options.
Yeah, but that would have been solved the issue of that infiltrator. So doesn't hit.
I mean, the way I see it, Infiltrator basically just ties up the Vilgefortz thing. Like Vilgefortz
Yeah, but
extra things you buy one, the Infiltrator sort of cancels it.
yeah, but that Vilgefortz is gonna land as a like last card. So if you miss on your Vernon Roche pool,
Actually, that's true.
then
I mean,
you
is it
are out of Onager or Priestess or something.
I don't know. I could see it could either be last card, or it could be if you don't feel confident, you just play it second, third, last. Just try to snipe one of the priestesses. Which, granted, one of these priestesses is pretty small, only at 3 charges right now.
And also not buffed.
The other one is quite a bit bigger. One at 5 now, one at 11.
Yeah, you also cannot really Vilgefortz the open board, so now let's see how good this Griffin Witcher Mentor is. I would assume that you'd want to play that. Trying to hand buff second priestess, yeah. So that's a nice top deck. Do you fake? You cannot fake it out. You are not saying that, like, you're not keeping both priestesses in hand.
Yeah. No. So just putting one back to the top of the deck here, right? Oh, sorry. Oh, this was mental. Yes, so just shuffling 2 of them back. I mean, do you do both priestess or just one into the siege tower? I feel like it's the latter. Okay, the complete opposite. So, okay, yeah, so scared of the Vilgefortz. Obviously, just keep the
So,
2
yeah.
priestesses here.
Decides to fake it out. We do not see the Vilgefortz here though. Or do we? Yeah. Not really a possibility, but there is also a problem with low unit count. For Gravesh. Does he even have the points? That's 11 charges, that's a lot.
It's a lot, but are you gonna have what you need to combo with it?
Okay, so Onager is being in deck. So let's see if all the buffs going into the Tridem. Are you going hard to force I mean, you still can Vilgefortz, but I can see Danirai maybe not taking the bait and playing Blightmaker first, yeah. Understanding. He knows what Gravesh knows, and the Onager is developing only now. So what is it? 5 plus 9, and yeah, that's enough for Red to win the game and for Danirai to claim the victory in the first semi-final.
Very, very well played. Able to get a couple good wins against Koshchey, and then secure victories against the other two lists.
Yeah,
well,
a small
I guess just the
asterisk
other-
over the couple of
This is
wins
like-
over the Koshchey with the German internet, but it is what it is. You disconnect, it's on you. So
This is the thing with online tournaments. It's really unfortunate that the rules are like this with disconnects, but it just has to be to avoid potentially problematic situations.